guest who's in the studio. He's not on camera with us this morning, but very nice items back there. That one of them's a three-dimensional Rockwell carving that he did.
Yeah, that's Don Short, one of our members. Does beautiful work, and the other one is a full-size E-Rit.
Beautiful, beautiful. Again, you mentioned December the 1st you're having a show. Tell us where that's at again and the times of the show.
It will be at the auditorium on Route 41, right next to the, right at the fairgrounds, right next to the airport. The times will be from 9 o'clock until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have about 40 to 50 carvers displaying their work and selling their work. Like I say, we'll have demonstrations there. We have suppliers there, and we're going to have lunch, chili and hot dogs, sodas, coffee, and sweets. So love to have everybody come out and join us.
Very good. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on the show this morning, and I'm just thoroughly fascinated with the carving work that you guys do, and I'm sure folks out there are going to want more information and want to join up very soon. I think we gave a phone number earlier, but it's 382-7209. If they want more information, they can call you and find out how to get into the Nature Coast Carving Club.
Absolutely.
And we'd like to thank you for having us.
Well, thank you. And everybody stay with us. We got more to come on Citrus Today. Welcome back to another segment of Citrus Today. Monica Payne joining us this morning from our Extension office. Glad to have you with us again.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to talk about a very timely topic, and that is the leftovers from Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Because there is a lot of leftovers always around our house, but now you have to be careful with leftovers, right?
Exactly. Right. This is a food safety topic that we're going to do because hopefully, I mean, we're the day before Thanksgiving right now, so hopefully you've, got your turkey and it's frozen, thawed it correctly. And when you cook it, I just want to say one thing is there's directions right on the turkey how to cook it properly, but you also want to check the temperature with a meat thermometer. There's different kinds.
A lot of different kinds of thermometers too.
Ones
there.
that look different. There's thermocouples and thermistors, which are digital, like these, and then we also have the bimetallic thermometer that is a dial gauge, basically. So
sticks
so
right
there's
into the
different
turkey.
ones, and whatever is fine. I don't promote brands or anything like that. So whatever
Right.
brand or that you like is fine. Your grocery store has them. Other stores as well have these. So, but the bottom line is we want to cook the turkey, since it's poultry, to 165 degrees Fahrenheit as the minimum internal temperature.
165,
Right,
okay.
so we're going to make sure that it's cooked properly. Because if it's not cooked properly, it could make you sick when you eat it, and also the leftovers could make you sick as well. So that's very important. But again, follow those directions. Make sure your turkey is thawed before you start. Cooking it, it takes, a lot longer to do it if you don't. If you stuff it, it's going to take longer. All of these information is on there. I also wanted to just throw out a phone number for the USDA Meat and Poultry Hotline. They're actually open tomorrow from 8 to 2.
Okay. And for those of you that's watching the show tomorrow evening, Thanksgiving evening,
Right.
This still applies if you're cooking turkey at any time of the year.
Absolutely.
All of these things, are very useful.
Absolutely. And it's 10 to 4 normally is their hours, but it will be, the 8 to 2 on the Thanksgiving Day, which is nice. They're going to be available to help us if we have any last minute problems or questions. My office is closed on Thanksgiving, so I want you to have a resource available, which is reliable, the USDA. Now, talking about the leftovers, we want to make sure that the time and temperature doesn't affect them. What I find a lot of times is people follow the clean, separate, cook, and chill principles pretty well, hopefully. But the issue is a lot of times we leave our leftover food out too long. So there's a 2-hour rule. So we want to get those food items back into the refrigerator or freezer within 2 hours, preferably sooner. The reason for this rule is between the temperatures of 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the temperature danger zone. And of course, room temperature would be right in the middle of that, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Right? So basically, during that time, the bacteria, if there's any present on the food or in the food, can multiply to amounts that can make us sick or even kill us. So I noticed that with gatherings, we want to visit and with each other, and that's perfectly fine. But we want to be able to get those food items, get that turkey carved and put it into small, shallow containers and get that in the refrigerator along with your other leftovers from the meal.
Again, to go back to your main topic there, don't leave it out longer than 2 hours.
Right, 2 hours is the maximum. If it was left out 2 hours or more, we would need to throw it out. And nobody wants to do that and waste food, but we also don't want someone to get sick.
Okay.
From a foodborne illness. So that's really important. We also want to make sure that, and I brought this is an appliance thermometer, and it's actually, they look different sometimes, but basically it's something to put in the refrigerator or freezer, make sure it's at the right temperature. The refrigerator should be at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Remember, because of the temperature danger zone, we got to get out of that.
Right.
So 40 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Usually they have it marked on there so you can see where it should be. And the freezer would be 0 degrees Fahrenheit or a little bit lower. So make sure that's right. The other thing is we don't want to keep leftovers too long, 3 to 4 days. Tops.
Now, what about if you have some leftovers, are you able to freeze them and use them later?
Exactly. Freezing them is a great idea, and you can actually keep them much longer in the freezer. For the turkey and stuff, it could be 3 to 4 months, because turkey is a more potentially hazardous food. But, and for some things, it could be even longer, a year or more, in the freezer. So the freezer is definitely if you're not going to eat them right away, is the best way to go, is to put them in there. Put some in the refrigerator for later that night, you know.
I know a lot of people will take turkey legs and they'll freeze those and pull them out later and make soup.
Perfect. Exactly. So that's really the main idea, you know, to keep in mind. Keeping everything clean, washing your hands before you eat food, before you work with food, after you work with poultry or meat, before you go on to something else. Washing hands a lot during the time frame is really important all year round, but especially when we're dealing with food. But I really find the leftover thing is important. Also, when you microwave leftovers, if you decide to use the microwave, it's perfectly fine, but you want to make sure there's no cold spots in there. So that's why we stir things like halfway through, make sure there's no cold spots. Those cold spots are places where the bacteria can be allowed to grow. Important. So that's important to know. You can also check your leftovers, make sure they're 165 degrees Fahrenheit. You can use a thermometer for that as well. You can also make sure that you know, you are boiling gravies and soups to steaming hot. They need to really be boiling before, in order
to get rid of that bacteria.
Yeah, and let them cool down.
I'm sure that your website, Solutions for Your Life, also has a lot of great topics.
We have lots of great fact sheets on food safety and safe handling of food. So go there and check it out. Call my office if you need to today, if you have any last-minute questions before Thanksgiving. That's 527-5713.
Okay, and you'll be open Friday?
We're not open Friday either, so that's why.
Back to work on Monday.
Yes.
So wait till then to call.
Right.
Monica, thanks for joining us, and thanks to all of you for joining us on this edition of Citrus Today.